Repeatedly fill the apartment building with smoke. Enjoy your ruined food. This happened a couple years ago when I lived on the third floor of an apartment building. The stairs leading to the upper floors were outside, with balconies between apartments. It's strictly forbidden to grill food on the balconies or under the stairs. Doing so is a hazard to the entire building, as it could result in a fire. It can also cause respiratory issues for occupants of apartments filled with smoke. My first-floor neighbors disregarded this rule and frequently grilled beneath the stairs. I had asked them several times not to because it was dangerous and filling my apartment with smoke. They never listened to me. As the months went by and my attempts to solve the issue failed, I began calling the fire department every time the neighbors grilled. The FD would respond and ticket my neighbors, but this never deterred them. Eventually, I had enough. I know the FD was tired of responding to my calls, and I did feel bad that I was taking them away from more important issues. So, the day I moved out of my apartment I decided to have one last protest. This time I didn't ask the neighbors to stop, it wouldn't have worked anyway, and I didn't call the fire department. Instead, when they lit up their grill and smoke began billowing into the building, I took matters into my own hands. I waited from the third floor until I saw my neighbor momentarily walk away from the grill. This was my time to shine. I took a large bucket of water and poured it over the railing, landing directly over their open grill. The fire within the grill was immediately extinguished, the coals completely saturated. It took several minutes for my neighbor to return and realize what happened. He didn't know it was me at first. I was quite pleased with myself. My fiancé and I continued moving our things out of the apartment. He stopped us on one of our final trips down the stairs, complaining that somebody ruined his food. An uninvolved first-floor neighbor, whom I hated from the start, began speculating that my fiancé had done it. He was an old U.S. Air Force veteran and my fiancé was U.S. Army, and that fueled his hatred. He began yelling at my fiancé, and I wasn't going to have that. I admitted that I had dumped the water on the grill. He and the grilling neighbor asked me why I would do that instead of asking them to stop grilling. I explained that my previous attempts at verbally resolving the situation were futile, and I was sick of it. I pointed out that it was a violation of the city's fire code and of our lease. I told him he was lucky I hadn't reported him to the leasing office for his countless violations. I doubt this incident changed his grilling habits, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. I'm glad I don't live in that apartment anymore. Please, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to notifications for new incredible stories from Reddit. Nah, just drip some liquid ass down into their grilling area. You can buy it on Amazon, smells like it sounds. They wouldn't be able to enjoy their outdoor area until the smell fades. A small enough amount wouldn't stink beyond their immediate area. I can think of a few other non-toxic but unpleasant things to drop into their grill. They were lucky you used water. I would have used urine. You thought to call the fire department and not the building management. There is only one good thing about living in an apartment, and it's the ability to anonymously complain about shitty neighbors. Did you write to your congressman about the neighbor who didn't clean up after their dog? They were ticketed multiple times, causing them multiple fines, but they just kept doing it. This doesn't sound true. Also, emergency services are for emergencies, not for a grilling neighbor. And, what would you do in this situation? Feel free to chime in below.